I was just going to ask, so if you use the fast facts information, which is why I love having this piece of, attached to the strategic plan, because you can actually put a whole lot of meaning around a lot of these numbers, right? Like, what are we really talking about?
And we do have to update it a little bit since we've gotten recent data, but yes, I agree.
Right.
Yeah.
So, I mean, based on the fast facts, we've got about 16% minority students in the school population, right? So the fact that we only have 4% minority staff, clearly we've got, a long way to go.
Yes.
Just looking at the 5% recruitment that you have in the performance target for 2019, does that mean that you want to
attract 25%
so
more?
that 5% of the new recruits will be minorities, or that we want to increase the...
We will increase by 25% that our recruitment and attraction of new staff amongst all classification of employees, whether they're teachers, custodians. We recognize that there's also a difference in between how the custodian number of minorities and clerical number of minorities versus other non-minority groups. So we want to bridge the gap between all of our units to make sure that we are increasing the percentage of employees that we have amongst all. So we want to increase our target by 25%, increasing our recruitment efforts by 25% to get to 5% of our staff, hopefully by 2019, equate to our minority staff members.
Okay, so that's 25% of our staff. Okay, because 4% of the Fast Facts have about 2,000 employees, right, or 1,922 teachers is the number that was in here, right?
That's changed.
Okay. But I was just looking at 3.9% of that, and just to get relative terms of what we're talking about. There's 75 minority teachers.
So that's 3.9 of all staff.
Of all staff.
Of all staff. Okay. So we have 155 minority staff members currently.
Okay. So I was just kind of looking at the, so 3.9% of the 1,900 teachers, that's 75, right? And 5% would be 96. So we're talking about increasing that number by about 20.
Yes.
Wow.
It's an aggressive for us because generally we are in the single digits, and it is aggressive. So the HR team, we have had a meeting even as late as today, how to change our recruiting model to hopefully attract additional minorities.
Right, because we're in general hiring about 100 teachers a year, plus or minus a couple, right?
Yes.
So that means we basically would have to have 20 minority teachers in that group in order to meet this this target. And right now we're only attracting about 4 or 5 a year, right? So I just want to make sure we understand the magnitude of that, and is it the right magnitude, and do you have a plan in place to...
Yeah. So we know it's aggressive, but we think if there's not a mission or a goal, then we don't want to set it too low because we don't know how far we can go. So we are trying to foster our relationships with our HBCUs that are local, that have the minority programs. So we're trying to become even more intimately involved with them, trying to figure out opportunities where we can come and really have some serious dialogue with their students. A lot of their students are local Marylanders. However, they don't even consider Carroll County. And so we believe it's in the relationship building and getting them familiar with us and the supports that our system offer to get them past the tagline of salary, to get them to know that there's growth and development within Carroll County, and we support our staff.
I think this is an extremely lofty goal, and this is probably the one place where I feel like it's okay if we strive for this and come in a little under, because this is such an important issue. You guys have already worked so hard in your department. It's not like this is going to be a new focus for you. You guys have been working for years on this. So I'm excited to hear what cool things you're going to do to try and turn this around. And I mean, part of me feels like even just this strategic plan and the way we've written and talked about equity in this plan, I'm hopeful it is starting to change our reputation as a system. And I know that takes time, but it would be amazing if you met this goal, and even if you just came close. I mean, I feel like this is awesome. I like it.
I probably do cartwheels.
I would do them with you.
I'd like to see that.
I would do them with you.
You would like to see
I like seeing the aggressive nature of it. I agree with you. I think it's a good place to stretch.
I think it also says to everyone in our system, we value this. We value this. This is important, and it's a focus for us. So.
Any other questions?